Hello everyone out there, and welcome to Season 2 of Star Trek Lesser Halls in actual play of Star Trek Adventures. If this is your first time here, hello, welcome. My name is ELH. I'm a VTubing Game Master. And if the anime girl avatar makes you feel weird, I have a whole speech about that, but that's not really relevant to this game, so maybe check out the YouTube clip later. Anyways, only things really to say at the top of the stream before we get to player introductions is that part of the whole new year, I've obviously gotten an updated model. My schedule's been updated, but you're still going to get the same pretty good, very great, whatever good word you want to use, an excellent stream to come and enjoy every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday at the very least. But more information about that's on my Twitter and all my socials, so I'm going to let you guys find that, and we're going to focus on the game for now. So let's have everyone introduce themselves and their characters real quick, and then we'll get started proper. So let's start with you, Drill.
Hi, I'm Drill or Drillian. You can find me here on Twitch and Twitter. I play Ensign Keela, the Zahian in all her glory today, engineer.
Hello, I'm Picardi. You can't find me anywhere else. Don't even try. Really don't. I don't want to. You don't want to see my old art. I am Ensign Shrez, the angry Andorian.
Hi, I'm C4A, or Converse for acting. You can find me on TikTok under the same name. I play Ensign Solaris, a Zabalian engineer.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, I believe today Keela has the opening log, so take it away.
Okay, Tesla Montgomery. It was a dark and stormy night. Yes, in space. Don't give me that look. This is my story. Wait, did you start recording? You darn... Whatever you are. Oh, crap, it's still recording. Ensign's log supplemental. A week ago, the USS Adamant, Nova class, went missing last week in this sector. We've been able to locate the Adamant, apparently stranded near a volcano. The fun little twist is that we cannot enter whatever energy field is surrounding them. It's messing with us, and we tried. And if we tried, we just end up in the same boat. Ship they're in. Actually, that's probably how they're down and are stuck. And we have to go get them somehow. How did we find them if our tech doesn't work? Well, our sensors may not work, but our eyeballs do. Well, the ship's eyeballs, the ship's visual sensors, we just saw them, all right? And log.
Like the best end to a log I've heard in a while. Just, okay, bye. All right. Well, we're going to start today's session in the main engineering bay of the Phoenix. And gathered are obviously you three, plus you also have your direct report, the Lieutenant Junior Grade Ferengi Knack, and her boss, Lieutenant Commander Thetola, the angry Andorian, who you actually haven't really interfaced with a whole lot. He's kind of just been letting you guys sort of handle a lot of things, and he just kind of does that middle manager seen but not heard, or reverse that. Anyway, case being, all engineers are on deck in engineering as you're all sort of around that central table to the side of the warp core, and a hologram of the planet is being projected above it. And Thetola kind of points at it and says, all right, let's go over the situation, make sure everybody's on the same page here. We've got an energy field on this uncharted Class M world. Apparently the energy field messes with all tech that is above NX level. So impulse engines, modern ones are out. Can't use weaponry, can't use communications, can't use warp, can't use a tractor beam, can't use a hell of a lot of things. I hesitate to say that we might be looking at needing to use chemical boosters to get the Adamant out. But really, we need to figure out a way not only to get down to the planet and help, but we also need to figure out what this field is. Any thoughts, anyone? Speak your mind.
Bring it back. So how low level do we do? We did. Would an old fusion engine kind of work?
And
Maybe.
Knack speaks up and says, well, it's very interesting. The old shuttle pods that the NX class used to use, those kind of thrusters and fusion cores should work. But unfortunately, our shuttles are very advanced compared to those. We would have to not only replicate the parts, but we would have to retrofit a shuttle to use the old technology.
Would using hypergolic fluid be too old school?
Knack thinks about that for a moment, puts a hand to her chin and goes, "You know, that might work, but we'd still need to do a little bit of work, but I like it. I like where your mind's at."
Our shuttles aren't that aerodynamic, and if something does fail, we'll drop like a rock.
Well,
what? We could stick a parachute on the back. They used to do
triple
that.
check that
And
that's true.
catch it.
I was thinking we
Let's
got a bit
triple
of
check
work.
that things won't go wrong.
Yeah. I was thinking we could try to make it a little bit more aerodynamic, maybe, but that's
Every
probably the
little bit
quickest way.
helps.
Yeah. Why not both?
Why not both? We'll do all of it.
So
Communication.
Thetolat kind of thinks for a moment himself and then says, "Well, we do obviously have enough parts on hand to make a full new shuttle, I suppose. It's not going to be as glamorous as the vaunted Delta Flyer, but I think we can reasonably put something together with everybody working on it."
I think we can make it pretty glamorous.
Solaris leans to the other two and is like, "This is the perfect time to use those cool stencils I just got."
This is the perfect time.
Communication wise, I still want to be able to talk to the ship if we have any troubles. We got visual, so we could do some sort of light beam stuff. Everything we're going to do is going to be delayed.
We could do hand signals.
They can't see us we're not that big.
Well, maybe we could put some like sticks on the shuttle that can antenna that can
Semaphore.
move.
Would radio waves work?
Well, let's find out. And Knack, pushes a few buttons, and you don't so much hear a ping because that's sonar, but there's a beep of some sort. And after maybe about a minute, it comes back and she says, "Well, there you go. It's a minute delay."
All right.
But it works.
It works in a pinch.
Better than nothing.
Cool. All right. So, below that, computer systems. So we need old tech for that too, really, if we want to keep maintenance checks, making sure that the systems are working.
The old school diagnostic.
Yes. Tools as well. We'll need, a wrench probably, but not
Compass.
I don't know if this planet has a magnetic. Does the planet have magnetic poles?
I mean, I'm bringing one anyway.
And Knack replies to that question, "Actually, it seems to have two. It's very interesting."
There we go.
Hey.
I will modify this one to match the one on the magnetic field on the planet, and we'll know exactly where we're going.
Well, I say two, but it's not the typical north-south. It's more like an equatorial pole thing.
Yeah, so I'll have two compasses and I'll merge them together to go with the different poles, and then they'll just be all working together.
Will encompass. Should we bring some tech down that if we are able to disable the field, if we ever find where it's coming from, so that we can then use modern day tech after, because we don't want to go down with nothing that we can use from now.
I was thinking similar.
That we can.
Yeah, so we can disable. That's a good idea. Also, in terms of tracking positions, how thick is the atmosphere? Could we see the stars most of the time, or is it only the day-night system?
Thetolat looks at his GM notes and replies, "Well, it looks like you have your standard night-day cycle. It's a little bit different than standard Terran hours. It's a 26-hour cycle, so a little bit longer days, a little bit longer nights. Atmosphere is breathable, and really the only problem that you're going to face when it comes to the adamant is the fact that it's near an active volcano. Let me see if I can pop that up. And he taps a few buttons on the table, and appearing in the holographic display is the active lava fields, the active magma fields, whichever it actually is. And the Adamant, the Nova class, kind of that glorified science platform, sensor platform, it is in the middle of one of the main flows that is coming out of the active eruption. And the good news is that most starships can handle lava no problem, but getting there, a little bit difficult to get there. Like, you couldn't get to it directly on foot, if you're following what I'm saying.
So we need jetpacks.
Yes.
That's always the answer you go for. Why do you always go for jetpacks?
Dude, like...
How old tech do we have to go? Do we have to go like MMU era, or can we be a little more modern than that?
Add a character, because I know you guys have probably a lot of questions. So that's a good era to use.
Oh my god.
Basically, anything that is modern day in real life and near future in real life is usable. So low-level fusion you can use fission, you can use rechargeable batteries, you can use computers of today, kind of a thing, which is kind of a big deal because, and this is me being a Trek nerd, the computers of today compared with the computers of quote-unquote tomorrow, it's the equivalent of a rock versus like a combine harvester. It's that kind of tech jump.
Yeah.
Rocks.
But hey, one of those rocks put Saturn V rocket on the moon, so we got that going for you.
You're correct.
Technology is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, out of character,
right.
Are there any questions I can help answer at this point before we start moving along?
So you said we can use
Low grade
fusion.
impulse.
Mm-hmm.
So impulse. Will that have how many people are on board this ship?
Last
who
record
else
of the
going?
crew that were on the Adamant, there were 53.
Yeah.
Okay.
53.
So we
We're a
need
ship of 20.
we'll
And a
need to
dog.
have a dog.
Dog cat thing.
Yeah, no pets, unfortunately.
No, we have a pet. We're gonna take the pet down.
He's a lieutenant, remember?
Keela's not taking the pet down this time. TM is staying.
He outranks all of us now, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He, she, it. We don't know.
TM responds to many things.
Everything and all.
Mm. All right.
So this is the power rate ratio thing that we'll have to deal with when.
Yeah, we don't have to go
people up.
full Kerbal Space Program, but
Okay.
you probably want to think it's kind of same veins where it's like, how many chemical boosters am I going to need? You know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But the good news is that we're not going to go into the nitty-gritty details. We're going to kind of abstract it. But if I understand where we need to start, why don't we focus on this shuttle here? Because I think building a shuttle is one of those moments in any campaign where the player's like, ooh, let's put all the bells and whistles on it. Let's do it.
Sounds-
So let's kind of
Holiday.
define what you guys are looking to do for the shuttle in particular. Are you looking for something that is more aerodynamic or something that is more, I'm going to say defensible, but maybe more bulky, maybe able to take a few hits?
On one hand, aerodynamics is better for flying, but then bulky might be better for protection.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 53 people to move.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably have to do a few trips. So it has to be.
If we don't get the field down.
Yeah.
Bulky will make it heavier, and so having to do more trips, you might want something lighter and smaller, but then that might
Right.
make more trips if it's lighter and smaller.
So then is it balancing out?
6 of one, half dozen the other.
Is there anything for this specific issue? Is there anything apart from the volcano is the biggest thing I can see that could damage the ship right now?
Mm-hmm.
So in the case of this, I think a more aerodynamic would be beneficial in case, our tech decides to stop working for any reason.
Right. Because when we don't have to land right there, we can kind of land a little bit away and then get to them.
Mhm.
Okay.
And why I was saying about the cycle is because I was thinking we can also look at the stars. If we get a mapping of what the stars look like on the Earth, we can use that to track and position ourselves on the planet.
Yeah, that's actually really smart.
Yeah.
Need to pull up the cartography logs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
All right, so it sounds like aerodynamic. So that's one decision made. Next decision, how large do you want to make it? Because that's a separate vote entirely. Standard shuttle complement will fit probably about 6 to 8. 8 is pushing it. But you can make it technically the size of a runabout if you wanted to. But it's just going to require a lot more time.
Is this 8 with seatbelts? Or could we fit more and hope that OSHA just doesn't see it?
I would say that
Would
you
it be
could,
able to lift off?
Yeah, I was gonna say I would say if you want standard shuttle size, you could probably push and get 10. But past 10, even OSHA's like, I can't change the laws of gravity.
yeah, I think we need to be bigger for this. But does that fit on our ship? Because our ship's not that big in the first place.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the other thing is that if you make a runabout sized craft, you basically either have to tow it behind the Phoenix or it just has to fly along with the Phoenix.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, once we're in space, we're kind of good to go.
Yeah, the question is, do we really have this so we can use it later on?
Repurpose parts.
Repurpose parts.
There's always stuff to fix that we can use the materials for.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so executive decision. Who wants to make it?
All right. If it is a once-off thing, is the ship going to be once-off? If it is, then we'll do big.
We'll do big.
We'll do
I
big.
think we should do
Out.
big. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Big aerodynamic runabout size thing. All right. Final question before we actually start rolling and get a move on here is how are you going to be doing the piloting? Because again, Star Trek, at least in this era, we sort of see that the computer handles most of everything, which means that, you just kind of push a few buttons and the ship goes where you want. In order to get past the technology field, though, you kind of have to do things a lot more manually. So I guess that's my question. Are you going to go full old school like pedals? Are you going to go for Blue Origin? What are you going to do in terms of your computer style here?
Who's best at piloting? I'm got a 2. I can't pilot that well. I'm okay.
Which thing is piloting?
That is con.
Yeah, I have a 2.
Mine's a 2. So we're
we're all pretty even on this.
Yeah. I know it will add another person, but if we got an actual pilot on board, and then maybe get them to say what sort of specs they can do for a low level thing, we can build it and then they can fly it, and that's a bit safer. But it does mean one more person on board.
They will come.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is that Crewman Cole, if you remember her, she is actually a rather skilled pilot, so she can handle the role for you. The only caveat, though, is that it's kind of a trade-off, where if you make it too low too low tech level, the difficulty is higher. But if you put too much tech in, the difficulty stays the same, but the complication range increases, if you follow where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Crewman Cole would be fine with either, so it's really kind of what you all would think is best here.
I think we should still have a little bit modern, because if we get the field down, then we'd be fine.
Yeah.
We don't want to go too old school that we can't. If we do get the field down, then we're kind of stuck with old tech.
Better to have too many tools than not enough tools.
Yeah. So a sweet spot in the middle.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Well then, now that we've gotten the technical side of things out of the way, what fun things, if any fun things, are you putting into the shuttle?
Pencil fun things on the outside.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that.
Hilo wants a jetpack.
Okay. How many jetpacks you want? Just one for you, or?
Definitely one for me. I don't know if you guys want a jetpack. Kila
The
loves
thing
zero
is-
gravity, so
The thing is, if we can't get the field down, we'll have to get everyone to the ship.
Well,
This
she also like a zip line thing,
Zip
so she
line.
can use the jetpack to get down there, hook up the other end of the zip line, and then like if we don't land right next to them.
My only question is, how are you getting back up the zip line?
It's mechanical. It's got a
A
little motor.
recall.
It's
Okay.
got a motor in the thing that they hook onto, and then it just wheels itself up.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. That answers my question very well. Thank you. Cool. All right. So the only thing we need to do before we actually get to the adventure proper is we just need to make a roll here. So you all can assist each other. So one of you is going to take the lead. The other two you're going to assist. Since it's been a while, as a reminder, assisting people roll 1d20 by default. Those doing the main roll are doing 2d20 by default, though you may wish to spend momentum for additional dice. The difficulty on this is going to be a 4 based on what you've told me so far. So this is probably going to be a control and engineering, which I know you all are very good at. And difficulty 4, some of you would have a focus in starship construction or impulse engines or computers. So it's really just how much momentum you guys can get here is what it is.
Oh, and we started with one from chat.
Yep, chat did give you 1. There's also a complication from chat, but I'm saving that for a very specific moment.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm all computers, so I'm probably not good at building ships.
Keela has starship construction and shuttlecraft operations.
Awesome. Also, my control is not the best.
My control is 9.
My control is 8, and Solaris has
Okay.
jury rigging.
All right.
So yeah, sounds like Solaris and Thriller are probably going to be the assists here, and Keela, you're going to take the lead.
Oh, okay.
Do you wish to buy any additional dice with momentum?
Oh, why not? I guess.
Okay. You just want the 1?
Yeah.
All right.
We only got the 1.
All right.
And
So let's
I
see
do
those
have a
rolls.
focus.
All right, good start. There's your 3.
Yeah, I gotta roll.
There's a 4th. Very good. You've already passed the test. Let's see if Thriller can get you even more.
Can I use reverse engineering to take somebody else's plans to try to reverse old ship systems and help that way? Like reverse.
Only
like,
if
take
they
the-
vibrate and squeak like an old Endorian. What is it? Garbage scow. That's the word I want.
All right. I don't know. Sorry. So is that a yes?
Yes, that is a yes.
Cool. Sorry. It's the morning for me. So 1 dice. Hopefully I got it right. Hey!
All right, so you get a momentum back.
Nice.
So with the the Starfleet Corps of Engineers, building something like this happens very quickly when you have people dedicated to it. Off the stern is the back of the boat. Yes, bow is the front, stern is the back. Off to the stern of the Phoenix, we kind of just see this montage of frames being constructed, of engines being fitted, of thrusters installed, you all going in and out in EV suits, applying different parts of the paneling and things like that. And after about 10 hours of work, you have a working craft. And before you go, the captain would go in person, but she's currently dealing with Starfleet Command, so it's your best friend in the whole wide world, Commander Baker, who's going to see you off. So, Commander
Yes.
Baker, as you all start to get suited up and take your last trip over to the shuttle before you use it, he kind of pokes his head in and goes, "Well, hello there. How are you all doing?"
Commander Baker.
Ensign Keela, hello. And Solaris and Thriller, nice to see you.
Hello.
You all feeling hyped for this? You feel like you got it under control?
Yes, sir.
That's excellent. That's very excellent. Solaris, what's that strange item you got there? What's that extra that you're?
Oh, it's I got it from a traveling group of musicians. They called it a capo, and I figured in capo emergency, they might be able to clamp something down.
Oh, I like the thinking. Have no idea what a capo is, but sure, I like your thinking. So just so you know, we're going to give you guys probably about 12 hours before we send down. Well, I guess we can't send down anyone else. You have 12 hours to let us know how things are going. And if it's, if something bad happens, the worst happens, we're probably going to have to call in another ship because we're kind of out of engineers at that point. It's kind of a flaw, really. Anyways, I'm sure it'll be fine. You guys are the best and brightest we have.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, sir.
Very good. All right, well, good luck and Godspeed. And Commander Baker nods at each of you, ducks out of the airlock, and you all kind of push over to the shuttle.
All right, can I do one check before we go?
Sure, what you got?
I want to check for cups.
Uh-huh. So this is the complication I was going to add on the flight down. And Solaris is going to hate me for this, but Solaris, as everybody's getting situated into the shuttle, you notice that on one of the side panels, there's a coffee cup. You have no idea how it got there, but there's a coffee cup.
Didn't we install cup holders in this shuttle? What is wrong with you people? She just takes it and she's holding it like it is literally the bane of her existence, and she just outside the shuttle and just disposes of it, and all the while she's just like, we've talked about this, I've made PowerPoints about this, I've sent memos about this.
Hila just guides her into the shuttle as she's rambling to herself.
What's going on? And I don't know how many times I could say this.
Oh, I love it. All right,
This is why we do checks.
Yeah, I was going to say. So Cole's going to do their shuttle check, which I'm sure they'll do fine at. They're going to roll 2d20. They have a focus. And this is, again, just meant to get you momentum. All right, you get actually no momentum because it was a difficulty of 1. So the good news is that once you all are on the shuttle flies as about as well as it could. It dips down from the Phoenix's stern down towards the blue-green surface of the planet. You hit Atmo. It's a little bit bumpier than you remember because inertial dampeners are kind of not what you can have on something this size. But the good news is that Crewman Cole is able to get you guys right over top of where the adamant is crashed. And when you look down, again, you see that sort of half consumed, half sort of frozen over, but with magma. Saucer section of the Nova class. You can see that some of the running lights are still on, but for the most part, you're not seeing any signs of life, unfortunately. So Crewman Cole kind of, stops you guys right over top of the ship and goes, all right, where do you want me to put this down?
Is there a platform or a plateau of some sort that would be big enough to hold our shuttle?
And Crewman Cole kind of points one out and says, yeah, I could land us there, but if the volcano flow gets any worse, I might have to move the shuttle if it gets any worse.
Better move quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Crewman Cole kind of banks the shuttle to the left, does a little bit of that course correction with thrusters, and you all feel a kakunk as you finally settle onto the ground.
How did it fly? Did you find it comfortable?
It's not the worst thing I've ever flown. Definitely flew some pretty bad things back at the academy, but I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Thank you for flying this shuttle. Please put all your trays in the upright position as we prepare to exit.
Wait, we have trays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another feature. Cup holder, tray. You never know.
Huh.
You can have a full course meal and have a place for it.
Mm-hmm.
Did we even we couldn't install a power?
Anyway, bye.
Hila falls her off.
All right. So as you guys step out, again, you guys are in EV suits, so it doesn't bother you too much. But as you step out, your EV suits are like, yeah, it's really hot out here, guys. You shouldn't stay out here for too long, or you shouldn't go swimming in that lava, kind of a thing. But yeah, to give a bit of scale here, so you guys are about 400 to 500 feet, or meters. What is that? That is 200-ish
I'll translate
meters.
it.
Yeah, 200-ish meters away. There's maybe about a 20-meter drop from where you are to where the adamant is located. And I think, Keela, you wanted to literally jetpack over. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right.
So she'd suit up in her jetpack. She'd grab the zip line stuff and stab the ground on this end, and then hook up the motor clip hanger, the thing you travel with, to the top of the rope, and then hand the other end to one of the other two to hold on to. Actually, no, she's gonna take it down. Never mind. She got the other stake in the rope, and then she's gonna look for like either on the adamant, or if there's a good enough place around to land next to it, if there's a sufficient like walking safe place.
Say that, just looking at the adamant hull, I mean, it's not like it's pockmarked or anything, but there's a few places of handholds, or hell, even that might be an airlock right there if you look carefully. You could probably stake it in there, no problem.
Yep, so she heads for that and carrying the line over and then stakes it in.
Gotcha. Well,
Stakes are high.
very nice to see what you did there. And Chad has rewarded you with momentum. So, question, has Keela ever used a jetpack before?
Since the zero gravity of the Tholians, yes, she has.
Okay. Then I'm only going to make this
She's
a difficult...
addicted.
Okay. I'm only going to make this a difficulty of 1, but I do need a control and a con here. And I would say that complications would be funny, but also kind of perilous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, you get 2 successes, so that's another momentum. I believe you guys are up to 3 at this point. So yeah, Keela, you get over, apply the stake into one of the airlocks, no problem. You give the line a few tugs to make sure it works, and maybe even send the motor up just a little bit to make sure it works too. Everything appears to be functional. You now have a way from the shuttle to the adamant itself.
So she will send it up to if one of the others wants to come down. And then she will go over to the ship and either she'll knock on the door and then maybe type the key to open up and get inside. She'll be like, "Hello, anyone home?"
So the only amendment I'm going to say to that is when you try the computer, doesn't work. When you try anything that is in a manual open, it doesn't work, but the manual works just fine. When you open the door, immediately what your suit reports is the smell of refuse. And when you look inside, you're seeing just copious amounts of debris and trash, and I'm not going to say discarded coffee cups, but it's kind of just like trash in general. It's just filling the corridors of the adamant. The interior lights are not on, not even emergency lighting, so you're kind of having to use the flashlight at the wrist attached to your EV suits to see what's inside.
Wrist. Okay.
Like to zip line over.
Okay. No check required. You soar on down. It's a very pleasant trip, all things considered.
So Keela will go in, light flashlight ahead, and try and find someone and like call out as she travels through the ship.
I'll send the motor back to
Thriller.
So sorry, Thriller.
No, don't worry, I can't remember the name either. While I'm waiting for that, I'll just send a quick report through the radio to cross-check it's working and just send a report of what's happening.
Got it. All right. So, Keela, what I'm going to say is that as you go deeper and deeper into the adamant, the trash actually starts to drop away. Like, once you start to get further into the ship, the trash seems to go away. But there's still your suits reporting a smell. The smell is not pleasant. I'm not going to go into gory details, but it's the kind of thing that if you've ever been to a trash heap or you've ever been to like near a sewage treatment plant or a paper making plant, there's a very specific odor, which if you've experienced it, you know what I mean. But if you haven't, don't. It's not great.
Of course, I probably can't do any scans to see where it's coming from. Can my suit detect the direction that the most smell is coming from?
Interesting idea. Why don't you do a reason and engineering, or let's do a reason science here. I think is a better fit. Let's do a reason science difficulty of 2. And of course, Solaris and Thriller, you can join Keela at your own convenience.
Reason science.
Down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have any focuses.
Hey, there's your 2. So yeah, Keela, apparently the smell is coming from the main science lab on deck 3, which you happen to be on.
Okay, I'll head in that direction to the door, the room.
Now, just to make sure we're all on the same page, Solaris and Thriller, are you going to be joining her? Are you guys going to split up? You know, how are you handling that?
I want to try to find. Wait, sorry, where are you going?
I'm going to the science room where the smell is coming from.
Okay, I want to try to head to medical, see if there are people there.
Okay.
I want to head to computers to see if I can salvage and get some of the data and put it onto like one of the old tech computers that I've brought.
Okay.
Just to see if I can get some recordings of what's happening.
All right, so you are splitting up. Noted. All right, so
Splitting the party.
I know it's
That's
great.
not suspicious at all.
Not at all. All right, so I tell you what, let's do Solaris first because I think Solaris is probably going to be one of the more important scenes here. So Solaris, when you get to the main sick bay, you find that the door's already open, and this is where you actually meet your first individual, the first crewman from the Adamant. And you meet them because they're on a bio bed, and they are in not so great shape. They seem to have a broken arm, right arm, and they are more or less kind of not groaning, but kind of grunting in pain every so often. Almost like if you've, again, you know, this is a personal experience thing. If you've ever cracked a rib or you've ever known somebody that's cracked a rib, they always like to joke that it's hard to breathe. There's kind of that wheeze there that you can tell that they're in pain. But as you traps in, they kind of look over from the bio and go, "Oh, hell. Oh, please tell me you're here to help us. Oh, God, it hurts."
Yes, I'm Ensign Solaris and from the USS Phoenix, and we're here to help. What happened to you?
I'm Lieutenant Johnson. I couldn't tell you what really happened, but all I know is Adamant was checking out this planet. We thought it had some interesting. I mean, you're here, so you got to know about the energy field. It had some interesting properties. And he winces. Well, we got too close. We tried to land on the planet, and the moment we hit Atmo, everything went offline. I mean, everything. I managed to get here after the crash, but EMH isn't working. I don't know what's become of the rest of the crew. I have no medical knowledge, so I'm kind of just hoping somebody shows up that does. You know anything?
She has a little bit of medicine training. Can she
Yeah.
try to help assess?
So go ahead and give me a reason medicine difficulty of 2. The difficulty would have been a 1, but it's going to be a 2 because you don't have a medical tricorder on hand.
Let's see if I have any focus.
It worked anyway.
Can I use observation as a focus?
You certainly can.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say that unfortunately you kind of do a visual check, maybe you poke a few spots, and aside from the obviously broken arm, you don't know what's wrong with him, unfortunately.
I don't know. I'm sorry. You don't know where the rest of the crew is?
No, most of them were getting ready to go down into the shuttle bay in EV suits, so maybe they're still there, but I mean, and he taps his combat. Even this isn't working.
Okay, well, we need to get you out of here too. Here she just kind of looks around for anything that could be of use.
Well, remember, you guys have 3 momentum right now. You could spend 2 to make an advantage that there's something helpful around.
Don't mind?
Also, because we brought radios, will we actually have actual radio
Can we
communications
communicate with
to
each other that way?
I'm going to flavor it that you literally have walkie-talkies, yes.
Yes.
I was gonna mention walkie-talkies earlier, and I forgot about it.
Okay, so she'll get her walkie-talkie out and be like, Solaris to Thriller.
Keela here.
And she looks at the channel like, all right, that's fine. Hey, I found someone in medical and they're not doing in great shape. Have you found anybody?
I am following the trail of smell.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. All right, well, you keep doing that. I'm going to let Thriller know.
Okay. Keela out, over.
Sorry, Thriller here. I was distracted. What's up?
But she
Over.
conveys the same information. And, we got to get this person out of here. Mm.
This is a weird system, over.
I'm aware, over.
I'm kind of
Doesn't
over
negate
it.
the fact that we need to get people out of here.
Give me a second, I'll come up.
Okay. And so she just, reattaches it and's like, so, know any good jokes?
Yeah, I got one. So, Ferengi enters into a business arrangement, right? And he says to the guy that he's working with, he says, so, do you want to buy the undercarriage insurance? And the other guy says, what the hell is undercarriage insurance? Sorry, it sounds better in my head. It really hurts. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just rest. We'll find a way to help you and we'll get you out of here.
Good, because I think if I make another joke like that, I might die from embarrassment. Oh, God. And as we cut away from there, we're going to go to Keela next. So, Keela, you arrive at the science lab doors, and they are currently shut. However, you already noticed that the front of the doors, at least the side facing you, is covered in a viscous purple slime.
It's not the jellyfish things, is it?
No, this is different from the jellyfish that you've encountered in the past.
Okay.
This is more, this is going to be another dated reference, but you remember the Ghostbusters? I think it was Ghostbusters 2. You remember how they had that happy slime that they had to play music to and all that? It's kind of that sort of slime.
Okay. So almost like a putty. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's debris all around.
Actually,
there
conspicuously, there's none in the corridor that leads to the science lab.
Of course not. Well, she'd like to backtrack and find like a panel or something like a stick with a long edge on it. And she wants to go to the door and literally just scrape it.
So, how much do you want to scrape off, I guess is the question. Do you want just a handful or?
And not like maybe like half a foot on either side of the seam of the door.
So something interesting is going to happen, and by interesting I probably mean horrific, but when you go to scrape the ooze off the door, there is a screech. And it's the kind of screech that if you've ever played Call of Cthulhu or read Lovecraftian sort of stuff, it's this kind of screech that unnerves you, but not in the, oh, that's a scary noise sense, and, oh, I don't want to hear that ever again sense.
Okay, so she drops whatever she's doing. Like, yeah. Okay, she's gonna poke it.
Okay. You poke it, nothing happens.
Okay. And as nothing happens, is there like a manual like lever or mechanical thing on the side that would open the door, or would she have to like manually open it?
You could probably pull a lever on the side of the door. You just have to pop off a panel and reach in and pull the lever. Are you going to, though, is the question.
Yes.
Okay. So you go to pull the manual open, and immediately as the door launches open. I mean, just literally it goes from closed to open in less than maybe a millisecond. Your suit again reports a overwhelming odor, and the source is readily apparent. To save on description, do you know what a Shogoth is?
How do you spell it? I'll look it
Shogggoth. Basically, as you're looking up, for those who don't have access to a web browser, a Shogoth is a Lovecraftian thing, which is basically this gibbering mound of flesh and eyes and mouths. It's not a very pleasant thing, and it's the kind of thing that if we were playing Call of Cthulhu, I might require sanity checks from. But this is Star Trek. This is a space blob slime monster thing. And it's just kind of gibbering. It's just kind of, undulating like an ooze in the middle of the room.
What's the rest of the room look like? Is it?
It looks like that parts of the ceiling, parts of the walls, parts of the consoles, all of it are, again, covered in this ooze, but they seem to have been eaten away.
Oh, there's no one in here.
Nobody in here. But the ooze itself is about the size of an SUV.
Okay. She's gonna close the door and leave.
Okay. Well, that's going to be the complication, is that as you go to close the door to leave, it only stops halfway, and when it does, it makes a loud ka-clunk. And the eyes that you can see on this mound of blobbiness, they all turn to look in your direction at once.
So Keela, not running away, she'll just be like, I am so sorry to disturb you. Obviously, this is your own private room. I don't know if you're having like a spa day. Like, you seem to be enjoying yourself and taking the resources as you need them. So you stay there and enjoy yourself. And I'm gonna leave you alone because you look like you're having such a good time all by yourself. And I just don't want to intrude on that.
A tentacle appendage thing flies in your direction and hits the door that has been partially closed. And then a second.
Okay, she's gonna like pat the arm as she's quickly walking back. She's like, "You have a good time. Enjoy your day." And she's gonna leave the room.
All right, I'm gonna need you to do, since you're escaping rather than fighting, I'm gonna need you to give me a daring and a con, difficulty of 3 here. Now remember,
Daring
you do have 3 momentum right now.
I will be using a momentum, and I have escape and avoidance. I'm using it.
Makes sense.
Oh no!
Rip.
Do you want a determination that? Because that's a whole lot of nothing.
What do I have?
As we say, you got to apply a value here, is what it is.
You can't take the sky from me. There's always a silver lining. There's always a way out.
Sure. All right, let's get that reroll. Hopefully it's a little bit better reroll.
What was it again?
It's still daring con.
Daring con. Okay.
And remember, it is 3 dice because you do get to reroll all of them.
Okay, and I'll use my focus again.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, we have gained a single success.
Oh boy.
So, what I'm going to say, Keela, is you get about 75% of the way out when you notice that one of those appendages has snagged onto one of your boots and is attempting to pull you back into the room.
It's like we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Exactly, yes, it's that persistent, yeah.
I'm trying to think, which I didn't think about bringing any like physical weapons.
Oh, for help.
You do have your walkie-talkie.
That's true. I totally forgot. She's gonna pull out her walkie-talkie while also looking for something that she could use as like a weapon, because obviously her phaser's not gonna work. And she's gonna be like, over, at here, science, help! Legs, arms, tentacle things. Got leg, boot. And she just could not make any sense while she's still looking around for something that she could use, and then probably like whack, maybe using her other foot to kick on the thing that has her other leg.
I'm gonna look at chat here. Chat, you want to throw them a complication, or you want to keep them
No,
good?
do that.
stop it.
Don't do
You
that.
love Keela, you will leave her alone.
How much is it come there?
All right, then I'll roll something. It's on cooldown. I'll have to fix it later. All right, so I'm just gonna roll something silly here to tell you what you find. A 19. Well, actually, that's good for you. So a 19, you find a metal abacus, a big, heavy one. So if you don't know what an abacus is, that's the ball on the rod thing that you slide. The old school calculator.
Wow.
But yeah, like this thing is about the size of like a good size shoebox. If I had to qualify, maybe like a size 10 or a size 12 shoebox. So it's
Okay.
foot by half a foot kind of thing. But it's very solid and very metal.
Okay, so she's gonna the walkie-talkie ends up somewhere. And she's gonna take it with both hands and she's gonna hold it like a plane, like this, and then slam it on the tentacle holding her leg.
I love it. Go ahead and give me a daring and security difficulty of 1 here.
Can I
Because
use
surely
my
you
escape
can't
avoidance?
roll worse than what you have, right?
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it.
Can I use my escape and avoidance?
I'm going to say, unfortunately, not, because you
Okay.
are striking rather than avoiding. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so which one of us got the that radio for help? Like, which one of us is coming to help?
I think both of you got it. It's just a matter of what
Alright.
do you do with that information.
Oh no. Perish.
She's just gonna keep hitting it.
We didn't need a complication. You're your own complication.
It's generally how it works.
She's too much of an airhead to think ahead.
Okay, well.
I'm gonna radio. Sorry, Solaris. I think there's slightly more urgent things right now. I'll be back. And I'm running towards to try to help.
Okay, yeah.
And I think Lieutenant Johnson, hearing that over your walkie-talkie goes, "Hey, go deal with your friend. That you don't need to let that thing out of the science lab. Sorry, probably should have told you about it initially. I didn't think you okay. Just make sure it stays inside."
She's gonna like run out the lab, but then turn around, come back in the door, and be like, "We'll discuss this later," and then she'll head back out.
All right. So, Keela, what I'm going to say is I'm not going to, again, go into detail here, but you are thrown around by this thing. It is going to do a number of stress to you. It's going to do... Well, you're lucky. You're only going to take 1 stress damage from
Keela
being
is
thrown
hardy.
around. Mhm. And it's right about then that Thriller and Solaris, you both arrive from opposite ends of the corridor to look in to see this gibbering mound of blobby flesh slime thing just kind of tossing Keela around like a rag doll.
This reminds me. Translators. Aren't they kind of working? Because I was thinking we actually are all aliens. We wouldn't be speaking.
For sake of argument, let's say you all know Federation Common, and we don't have to worry about the
Okay.
Universal Translator.
Oh boy.
Because I thought about that, actually. I was like, do I make that a point? And I figured, I mean, it would be fun for like a bit, but an extended thing? Nah, it wouldn't work.
Ooh,
Yeah, I was thinking that's it. Yeah, cool.
wow.
So we can't. Yeah. So. All right. So we both got here at the same time.
Yes.
All right. I think. Okay. I'll
Good thing
distract.
Good thing she likes flying.
Is she in danger? Because if she's not, we can just watch this for a little while.
Well, as you sit there contemplating, I'm going to roll more damage dice.
Oh, I'm gonna look for.
This time it
look
hurts
for
a lot more.
something.
This time it's 4 damage. 4 stress.
All right, let's do something.
Looking strong, John. No.
You try to disentangle that thing. I'll distract.
Okay.
Do I still have the abacus in my hand?
You do.
She's just whacking.
She's
on
just
it.
gonna keep
Like,
whacking it.
all right.
All
We're
right.
playing a game of whack.
So, is this science lab got any other equipment in there, like
Right, yeah.
chemicals or?
It does appear to have one of those fume hoods, I think is what it's actually called, where you mix the chemicals in to keep the fumes from, getting out. There are some chemicals, you don't know what they are, but there's some chemicals in beakers and vials inside. To the other side of the room, there are other sort of old-timey instruments. And by old-timey, I mean, again, like abacus level, where it's very basic, very, very old school, even for us in real life right now.
Okay.
But what's probably the most important thing that you see is one of those. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's not quite a flail, but it's also not quite a spear. It's kind of one of those things, ball and chain. I don't know why I couldn't remember, but it's basically a ball and chain is what I'm going for here.
I mean, work do be
Okay.
like that sometimes.
And
What?
I saw what you did there, Solaris. I appreciated it.
Okay. Latin. Okay. Sorry.
Oh no.
No, because I've got science. I was thinking I could try to quickly rip up something with some of the chemicals if there's something good there to try to stun it. I don't want to hurt
Right.
it. I want to stun it.
I'll go for the ball and chain.
All right.
Eh,
So Solaris, using the ball and chain to distract or otherwise annoy the creature is going to be a daring and a security, also at a difficulty of 1.
is Keela able to take one of the rods out of the abacus?
Yeah.
Or is
I'll
it
let
too
happen.
sturdy? Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's put it this way. Either you can take it out of the abacus and break the abacus, or you can continue to hit it with the solid object, is what I would say.
Well, she'd like to take the abacus rods and use them separate from the whole device.
You can just say that happens.
Okay. So she'll probably maybe get like 4 of the abacus beads, and she's just gonna chuck them at the thing, and then she's just gonna like hold the rods and then take one and just stab the
Squid
arm
kebab.
holding her.
Mm-hmm. Goo kebab, as it were.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's 2 successes, Solaris. Very good. So, why don't you describe how well you distract the creature?
So she'll dart over to the side and grab the weapon, and even she doesn't necessarily.
Hit it!
I don't know. Yeah, kind of like whack-a-mole. So they're like everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and so she'll like swing it around and kind of, do her best. And
I love it. Well, that's fine. I'll love it. So you start to swing the makeshift flail, the makeshift, is it a glaive? Either way, you swing it around, and there is just splatters of goo get, stuck to it and flung off into the walls. And really, the creature starts to get angry and starts to try and attack you, but you rolled so well that you're going to be able to deflect those incoming appendages. And it's something where... Tell you what, Keela, since this affects you, roll me 2 challenge dice here. Actually, Solaris, what is your security score? It's a 2? Keela, roll me 3 challenge dice here, because that would be your unarmed damage. So roll me 3. An effect is what you needed. So the effect, as Solaris is whacking away, Keela, you are freed as the creature lets you go
Nice.
to now focus on Solaris.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, while I'm swinging it around, she's also going.
Solaris,
Screaming.
I just
yeah.
thought of a brilliant detail which might add to this amazing scene in my mind.
Okay.
There are multiple coffee cups within the creature.
Sure. Extra ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, while the gals are dealing with the creature, Thriller, you're going to run over to the fume hood and begin mixing chemicals. Is that correct?
Yes, because I don't see weapons. I just see cool chemicals to do stuff with.
All right. So again, I want to make sure our intentions are clear. You want to make a solution to hinder, injure, or destroy the creature.
Hinder. I'm Starfleet. I do not want to hurt or
Mhm.
destroy something that could be sentient.
All right. Good call. In that case, I'm going to say that this is going to be a daring and a science, difficulty of 3.
This is just as good as my engineering.
Well, there you go. Remember, you do have momentum if you wish to spend it.
I was thinking that. Am I allowed to use momentum or do?
Yeah.
Or yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a momentum. 3. Is there anything I have here that could be applicable?
Let's take a look at your sheet.
I got research stuff like protocol.
Oh, you just got a momentum from chat too. There you go.
Hey.
All right, let's take a look. I would say that. I mean, I would give you research if you took time to do it, but you're kind of under the gun here. So I'm going to say
Probably
no,
not,
unfortunately. I don't think you have a focus here.
That makes sense. Oh, 2. Dang.
All right, did it roll? Oh, it did. It did. I just don't have timestamps on for some reason. I'll have to fix that later. All right, so yeah, that's only 2 out of 3 successes here. So do you wish to use determination, or do you want to let it stand? Actually, better idea. I'll let you succeed, but there will be a complication. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Something's better than nothing, man.
All right,
Feels gonna get whacked around again.
Well, no, you're gonna like this a little bit better. So Shraz, you start mixing chemicals together, and it's one of those things where you just kind of go, "Oh, that one's red. Oh, that one's blue. It makes a purple. Wait, it's turning white. Why is it turning white?" And you just keep pouring chemicals into one of the beakers, and the beaker begins to foam and overflow. And your suit reports that you have somehow made napalm out of nothingness. So you now have a beaker of napalm that you can use for 1 attack here.
Whoa.
Molotov!
Yeah.
But I don't want to harm them.
That's the complication, though, is that your complication is, instead of getting like an analgesic or like a sedative, you've made napalm.
I made napalm. Okay. I forgot I was a computer scientist, not a chemical scientist. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll probably just use this as an escape. So like when we're leaving, I'm going to call this so it's a contained fire so they can't follow us.
Okay.
Try. That's
All right.
what I'll probably do with it.
So let's do quick check with the others. Are you going to stay in the room with the thing? Okay, just want to be sure, because I've definitely sometimes asked that of players and like, well, yeah, why would we leave? It's a monster. It's got experience. Why would we? Anyway.
So Solaris, meanwhile, she's the coffee cup. She's like used the makeshift weapon and kind of like broken it down. So now it's like in jagged pieces, and she's trying to throw those as well. And was like, I was told we have to leave this in the lab. We need to go.
Gonna get out of the lab?
We need to get out of the lab.
I know
this
we
has
can
to
get
stay.
out of the lab. All right. Out of the lab we go. Hopefully. I'm going to try to get out of the lab. Can I get out of the lab? That is the question.
Let's go.
Oh,
I think the answer might be no.
Hold on.
Who's staying in the lab?
All right, Thriller, you're our lucky winner here. So in order to escape the creature's grasp and it dragging you back inside, I am going to need you to either roll me a daring and a security difficulty of 2 in order to fend it off, or you can do a control and security at the same difficulty to use your napalm.
I'd have a better chance of daring security, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Well, again, you do have momentum at the moment you could spend.
Should I risk momentum on me?
I mean, we risked it on me and it did jack squat, so I don't know.
Do it.
I would say do
All
it.
right, I'll use my momentum.
No one left behind except the squid.
I actually have that as a value, so
There you go.
maybe that will come up soon.
Self-application.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. No, you get 3
think I did pretty
successes.
well.
You get the momentum right back. Very nice.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah. So
That
Thriller,
reminds
one of
me.
the appendages comes in and you kind of turn and just like backhand it away. Like there's a sickening kind of slap as you're like, no, slap. But yeah, all 3 of you are able to... All right, untap potential. We've been forgetting to roll it.
Ah!
We'll have to remember. Every time. We always forget it.
We always forget. There's too many ensigns.
At least we're consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the good news, you guys get out of the science lab, and using all three of you together, you're able to get the doors shut and the manual lock engaged. And you hear like the creature inside just kind of thud against the door, but it doesn't seem to be able to get out at this point.
Okay, I've got an important question.
Mm-hmm.
How volatile? I'm asking the others. How volatile is this phone?
What?
You need to use it in the next 2 minutes, or it's going to go off in your hand.
So
Should have
we
left
need to
it
go
in
quicker.
there.
No, I don't want to hurt the thing. It might
All right.
not be evil. It's like there's nothing evil. It might not be. It's angry. It's stuck in a lab. I'm going to throw
Yeah,
this
it
out
had
of
a
an
pretty
airlock.
wicked smell, though.
Okay, so I found one crew member in sick bay. He's hurt pretty bad. I don't know where the rest of the crew is.
If
We need to
it was
keep
a wicked
moving.
spell was named as evil, it means that Lieutenant, I'm going to just choose one of the people. Lieutenant Shocks would be evil when they have work, do double shift. They
What?
stink. You're saying that that the smell is bad, and that's why they're evil. That one of
My logic stands.
Solaris is gonna wave as that goes over her head because she has no idea what you're talking about right now.
that's okay.
We're stuck in our own little bubble.
Okay, we should keep going.
Yep. I'm just gonna put this out in an airlock or something before.
Oh my god, tell me what happens when it hits the lava.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you open up an airlock, you toss it out of it, and it tumbles down towards the lava, and it hits the lava, sinks in, bubbles a little bit, and then after a second, a literal geyser shoots up, and just it's a brilliant display. But the good news is it does not get on you or the ship itself.
Yeah, no kidding.
Science.
Yeah.
Wow. I lava it.
All right. Well, we've been going for an hour, so let's take a 5 to 10 minute break, and we'll be back shortly. So stick around. All right, welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of season 2, episode 1 of Lesser Halls. If you're just joining us, well, the players have managed to land on a planet that seems to be dampening on most forms of technology. They've reached the crash site of a Nova class, the USS Adamant. They've gotten aboard the ship, found an injured crewman, and then a slime Shogoth blobby creature thing in one of the science labs that they narrowly escaped from. And we're going to resume probably about a minute or two after you guys have had time to catch your breath, decompress after seeing whatever the hell that thing was. You're not in the same corridor as the science lab, but you're like 1 or 2 over at this point.
That was rude.
What was that?
I was very polite, and I just cannot believe it. The
Well,
audacity.
I can't understand you. You're the speaking.
Yeah, but
tongue.
I was totally pleasant. Like my aura, my impression was very peaceful. I even, patted his arm in a very comforting way, and it just decided to almost break my ankle.
Was that an arm tentacle thing?
It was my ankle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It had my ankle, and decided to start flinging me around the room. When I said I was just going to leave him alone, enjoy his little spa day in the science lab.
Why is it in the science lab anyway?
Couldn't care less. And then she just walks away.
I don't know, but we should try to find more people so we can have more answers.
I might still try to get the computers going. I was having mild success before,
Okay.
but there was a lot of distractions. Actually, that person, we're gonna help that person.
We need to help that person, and he said the rest of the crew, I think, was trying to get down to the shuttle bay. So
Okay.
I'll go to the shuttle bay. Keela calls from down the hall, wherever she was walking.
okay, I'm gonna need help with
I'll
this
come with you.
person. Okay.
I'm not a great doctor, but I'll see what I can do.
Solaris will call back to Keela and be like, hey, don't encounter any more of those squid things, yeah?
I'll keep that in mind. Over. She was not using the walkie-talkie.
So, Solaris and Thriller, you return to sickbay. There's nobody there.
How rude.
What?
Yeah, just an empty sickbay. I mean, obviously it's looks like someone's trashed the place, but it looked like that when you first came here. But the guy who was here, Lieutenant Johnson, totally missing.
Okay, well, maybe he tried to make his way to the shuttle bay with the rest of the crew.
Maybe.
Do you still want to go to the main computers, or do you want to come to the shuttle bay?
I think I want some answers that might not be given by these crew members if they didn't divulge it to you straight away. So I'm going to look at the security. I'm going to go look at the computers, but I suggest taking some of the medical stuff that might be useful just in case, because we had one injured person. There might be more.
That's true.
I'm sure there's a bag we can shove some stuff into.
Yeah, there's more than a few medical kits that you could grab that would work even at this technology dampening field.
Sure. Cool.
What was their name?
Lieutenant
person?
Johnson was their name.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I am going to go to computers.
Okay. See if you can pull up any security feed as well to see what happened. Maybe you'll know where they went if they're not there.
Yeah, just gonna hopefully the storage devices can work in this condition, so I can then at least transfer it to its old tech and at least try to get it something working.
Okay.
So the complication that chat preempted me doing, so thank you, chat. You two turn to leave, and you see standing in the doorway is Lieutenant Johnson. You notice that he is not in pain. He's standing straight up. His arm does not appear to be broken, and he's holding a phaser. Now again, phasers shouldn't work on this planet, so keep that in mind. But he's still pointing it at you as he says, I'm afraid I can't let you do that, whoever you are.
Remember, Ensign Solaris, I was here earlier trying to help you.
Not you, him.
Oh. Well, this is Ensign Thriller, and I'm gonna try to negotiate our way to getting that phaser out of his hand.
So, do you want to handle this in more role play, or do you want to handle this just by rolling? Because I know different people have preferences.
No druthers.
Okay.
I like roleplay.
Let's play it out then. So, the phaser kind of shifts from Thriller back to you, Solaris, and he says, I'm afraid I can't just give you this either. It's the only working bit of technology on this ship.
How did you get it to work?
Well, if I told you that, I'd have to kill you.
Right. Okay, look, we're on the same side here. We are just trying to get off of this ship, off of this planet. So you can just put that down.
Give me a presence and a command. Difficulty of 3. And if you have anything related to diplomacy, negotiation, team dynamics, any of those would apply here. And by my count, I think you have 2 momentum right now, if I calculated that correctly.
Can I have one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Command.
Don't forget to roll on tap potential if you succeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to use determination to reroll that complication there?
Let's see. I could use a people person.
That would apply. Definitely would apply.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to do it again. It was presence command?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, presence.
Just one.
And I'm re-rolling how many?
As many as you want.
Oh, yes, one each one.
Oh, but what if?
Just roll. I would say just roll a 0 because you could roll lower than 1, and then that's what you're stuck with. What's the difficulty on this?
Difficulty is 3.
So how many should I roll? Because what if I roll worse than what I had?
Then you have to keep it.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's why I say just re-roll the 0.
So just
The
one.
complication. That's what I would do.
God damn it.
You're very close up all of a sudden.
That is a 1 in 400 chance of happening.
I love
How?
that for me.
Oh, yeah, it is.
This ship is cursed.
Perish. All right, well, take me.
A. I think Lieutenant Johnson is going to say, I have a better idea. And he's going to push the button. So he still has to roll to hit you. So let's do that roll to see if he actually hits you. I mean, he actually hits you. Okay, all right. I see where the dice are going.
Rigged. This is rigged.
Let's see. He has a security score of 3, so this should do 5 challenge dice. All right, you're only going to take 2 damage there, Solaris, as you are hit by a phaser blast. A very low-level phaser blast. It's not like it's maximum stun or it's not lethal damage. It's just kind of a small pew-pew, if you will. I broke her. There we go. I finally broke her. There we go.
Oh.
Alright.
You shot me!
I'm gonna jump
I
at
did
him.
shoot you. Why are you still standing? Maybe this thing is more broken than I thought it was.
Can I use that distraction to try to tackle him?
You certainly
I
may.
was gonna
Go
do
ahead and
that.
roll
Okay,
daring
you wanna go?
security. Whoever's tackling, daring security,
let's-
difficulty of 1.
Let's both go, bud. Let's go.
Yeah, so let's do that. You can assist one another, so whoever wants to be the main role can get an assist from the other.
This is my worst stat, so is yours slightly better than 7 and 1?
What is it?
Daring
Fitness,
security.
Oh, daring security. Oh, I'm fine. I'm
8
12.
and 2.
Yeah, I'm good. I've got 11 daring security 1.
Yeah, you go. I'll assist.
Yep. Cool. All right. I'm kidding. I definitely don't have any focuses in fighting. So
Yeah, I don't either.
what was the? Is it a opposed roll or sort of thing?
It is opposed, yes, but I'm waiting for you guys to roll before I make the roll.
All right. Can I use the momentum? Excellence. I just want to punch this guy now. My guy's mad, but he's
I would
also
hope
really
so.
bad at this. He gets mad. He just got mad as soon as he.
No
entered
one
the
makes
room,
me
not
bleed
even
my
injured
own
him.
blood.
Exactly.
That's reserved for me.
All right, we got 2 successes on the board already. All right, so the difficulty to
No.
beat here is 2.
There you
Survey
go.
says they fail completely. So yeah,
Take him
Thriller
out.
and Solaris, you bum rush Lieutenant Johnson. You slam him to the ground. The phaser goes skittering off into the corridor. And I'm going to say you have the option of either doing damage to him or you can just hold him in a grapple and he's unable to move. Which would you
I
prefer?
break his arm.
You want to actually break his arm.
What?
He had a broken arm. He's gonna have a broken arm.
It's interesting though. All right, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you hear the snap and you see it visibly broken. But before your very eyes, the bone and muscle and skin just sort of knit back together until it's back to normal.
What the?
Okay.
I gotta take a lap. Like,
Don't take a lap. We're gonna tie him up.
it looks like you did it pretty well.
No, I broke an arm and it's fixed. Let's tie him up so he doesn't get out.
Okay.
Can we tie him up?
You can tie him up. Let me see. How much momentum do you have right now?
None.
We have none.
Tell you what, if you give me a momentum and threat, I'll say you tie him up significantly and he's not going anywhere.
Deal.
We don't have any momentum.
We don't have a momentum anymore.
You got 2 successes and it's only a difficulty of 1,
Oh.
so you get
Okay.
1 back, yeah.
Oh, I got a success.
Chat's
Just a
like,
sec.
out the airlock he goes into the lava.
Oh
Just a
yeah.
sec.
Roll the tap potential.
Dang it!
No.
All
we
right,
need
yeah.
it.
No help from a tap
We need
potential.
All right, yeah, I'll
Sirs.
do a threat. Time up.
I want to go
As soon as-
grab that phaser.
Okay.
I want to reverse engineer it, see what's
Okay.
different about it.
All right.
Do you want to question him? Because you are the people
Yeah,
person,
so
I am the
I'll hand
hurdy
you-
person.
We'll trade.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, let's start with Solaris here before we go to Thriller. So yeah, Solaris, Lieutenant Johnson is tied up in the doctor's office main chair and just kind of staring at you.
Who are you for real? I want to be like patching, like putting gauze or whatever on my shot
Mhm.
while I'm interrogating this guy. Apparently, so
Right. So he kind of looks you up and down and says, "All right, well, you caught me, so I either tell you what's up or I stay stony silent." And I think at this point it's very clear that I'm going to need your help to get the hell out of here, so I'll play ball. You familiar with Section 31?
As soon as I
I
hear
might
that,
be.
can I just turn the radio on? Just secretly.
You could do that very easily, yes.
The one that transfers to the ship.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I might have heard word about it.
Good. That saves me like 10 minutes of explanation.
Uh-huh.
You kind of squints at you. I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but you remember the founders and the whole Dominion War, right?
I have flashcards about it.
Right. So you remember how the founders were kind of basically bioorganic weapons, right?
To the GM, she would know that, right? I don't know.
Yes, you would.
Okay.
I mean, so the founders were basically the changelings, so they could take
okay.
any form and basically,
Oh.
yeah, they could do a lot of things. They were shapeshifters. They were bioorganic shapeshifters.
Cool.
How in this timeline? How long ago was it?
If I have my dates correct, we're looking at Dominion War was 2370-ish, so it's been 40 to 50 years, if I have my dates correctly, since the end of that war.
Okay.
But yeah, so in character, you would know what the changelings are. Basically, Odo. If you remember Odo,
Yeah.
basically Odo. But he says, all right, good. Saves me another 10 minutes of explanation.
Mm-hmm.
So, long story short, we were working on a way to use their morphogenic matrix for weaponry purposes. That's why that phase of there works. It's part organic now. Which,
What about that creature in the lab? Is that an experiment gone wrong?
a failed one, yes.
Was that a crew member?
Several.
Well, we left it alive.
Don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for it.
Yeah. How did you get here? Were you originally on this ship?
Whole ship's S31.
Oh.
In fact, I'm surprised that you came here not knowing that. Either we screwed up tremendously or things are even worse than I think they are.
Listen, we haven't even made it to the main controls yet.
What ship are you with?
I introduced myself earlier.
I wasn't exactly paying attention. I was kind of committed to the bit.
Right. I can appreciate that.
Then he kind of squints at you and says, no, wait, I remember. Phoenix, right? That dinky little repair ship that's flying around the Sabine Expanse, that one?
Excuse me, whose ship has crashed on a lava planet?
Fair play. Fair play. Hold on. Who flew you down here?
Another member
I
of our
did.
crew.
Thriller, I'm going to need you to give me a presence command difficulty of 2 to lie here.
I don't want to get anyone else involved in this. Difficulty
Yeah.
2. Yep.
Same. Oh god, what if?
Uh,
Oh no, what if?
See, Solaris has figured it out. Solaris,
Can I
Oh
bullshit some stuff?
no!
Can I bullshit some Starfleet protocol? To
Please
you
do.
can definitely
Save
bullshit some Starfleet protocol. I will allow
it?
it.
Excellent. Yay.
Unfortunately, that is only one success. So,
Shoot, could I have helped him? Oh no.
if you tell me how are you helping him?
Trying to bullshit that we were it. We were the only ones here.
You can
I'll let you
bullshit
assist.
that.
You can do your own presence command again, 1d20.
We
Oh,
can
does
say
he
that
know
we're the
Keela's there?
engineers. We built the ship. We're the only ones who know to fly it because of the tech.
Yeah, he
so-
knows Keela was here because he heard you on the radio. Sorry, Thriller, what did you say?
Well, we built the tech, so we're the only ones who know how to fly it because we had this real specialized tech.
Okay. So, do you want my help in bullshitting this?
So that's what you can use as an argument.
Oh, okay. So, because we're the ones who built it, obviously, we're the only ones here.
Yep.
Okay. And it was, I'm sorry, presence command.
Yep.
Oh, the dice have been against me this evening. Let's see if
Dice has been against all of us this
Mhm.
evening.
yeah.
Hey, there you go. You got your success.
Hey, we got momentum.
All right. So Johnson's gonna buy it. He says, "All right, I got you." So, since we're being open and honest, in the hopes that we get to get out the hell off this planet, the shuttle bay probably has some of the command crew, and if they find out you're here, they're just gonna kill you and write it off as an accident. So your only chance of getting out of here alive is by doing exactly what I tell you to do. And it's going to be with that I'm actually going to spend one of the complications that chat gave me. That Thriller and Solaris, you hear someone behind you in the corridor. They haven't come into the room yet, but you hear someone coming down the corridor.
And while this is happening, I'm working and looking at the tech of the phaser.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still in the main sickbay area, or had we moved over to the office, like a side
I would
office?
say you're more in the office right now.
Okay, I'd like to try to duck behind a wall, be like, don't move.
What about you, Thriller? Are you going to duck as well, or?
Well, one thing, I wanted to go through it to maybe reverse engineer some of the tech just to see why it's working and stuff. But if maybe at this time, maybe just enough to make it a bit more powerful.
Oh, I see what you're
So
going.
it
Okay,
actually
yeah, I gotcha.
stun.
Go ahead and give me a insight engineering difficulty of 2 here.
Okay, and I've got reverse engineering.
Would definitely apply.
Excellent. Oops. Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh, there you go. You got your 2. Very nice. Yeah, what I would say. Well, yeah, he didn't spend momentum, so he doesn't get untap potential.
Yeah. No.
But no, I mean, with 2 successes, what I'm going to tell you is you get a free charge effect on if you shoot with this phaser, you get a free charge. Now, so you don't have to go look up what charge does. Charge means you can either apply area, you can apply spread, you can apply vicious, you can do piercing. You get to pick one of those 4 things and apply it to your attack for free.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Now let's see what this person like. Okay, it's because I was doing that. Am I distracted enough to not notice the other person?
Roll me a challenge dice, and if it's an effect, you are too distracted. You notice, you're fine.
Okay, good.
I duck.
Get down.
So you both hide, and after a moment, the figure walks into sickbay. You notice they're not wearing an EV suit, but it is someone you recognize. It is Crewman Cole. And Crewman Cole is holding not a phaser type 1 or a type 2, but a full phaser rifle. She kind of looks around, sweeps sickbay, sees Lieutenant Johnson currently held up in his chair, starts walking towards the main office. What do you two do?
You're probably closer, Thriller, if you want to take that shot.
I wanna see
Or a
what's gonna
surprise
happen.
attack.
It's somebody we know technically. Sort of. I want to see what they're going to do and try to stay out of the way a little bit longer. Is that okay? Or
Wait and
and
see.
if something, yeah, I want to just see what's playing out here.
Okay. We can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So they don't quite come up. It's one of those kind of classic horror movie situations where you guys are like below the desk and hoping they don't come in and see you. But Crewman Cole comes in just enough to have a conversation with Lieutenant Johnson. And Crewman Cole says, "Well, Johnson, I had a feeling we'd find you here, but not tied up."
Radio's still on.
Yeah, radio is
nice.
still on. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a shame, because Section 33 has had it up to here with Section 31. And all of you that are in the bay would see that there's the shadow of the phaser rifle now pointing at Lieutenant Johnson. Do you wish to do anything?
I take a shot.
You're going to take the shot?
Take the shot.
Do it.
Don't kill Cole.
I'm
I'm not
prepared.
gonna kill Cole.
Keela's
I don't
best
kill her.
friend.
I'm prepared to pull Johnson down. Like I'm underneath and I'm like
I don't.
prepared to pull. I don't think
Alright.
I'd be fast enough, but go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stun, but I want to do a good stun.
Okay.
Okay.
That's going to be a control security, difficulty of
Do it.
2.
Oh God.
Nice. Alright, I'm gonna use. Can I have a dice?
You do have a momentum from chat, by the very least, yes.
Yes. I'm
Good
gonna use
chat.
that. Still don't, because this is not my good suite. This is.
Got
Why
this.
am I? I'm at a
Use
security.
your charge. Use your free charge.
Can I do that at this point, or is it after? It's a
It's a damage thing, so you can wait.
damaging. Yeah, I'll have to
Oh,
have
it's
to roll a
damaged, okay.
success to do it. No focuses.
Could pistol whip.
It's always an option.
Ah.
Unfortunately, that is only one success, and you need 2 here. So what's
Can
going to
I
happen?
use can I use a thing?
A
value?
determination? You've already used
Determination.
yours, but
Did I?
if you can challenge... Haven't you?
What did I
I
use
thought-
mine for? No, I don't think so. I said I don't think I did.
I used mine.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
what
Keela might
it was.
have
I
used
think
hers.
Solaris and Keela used theirs. That's
Oh,
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes.
So yeah, what
'cause
value are you going to tap here?
Well, I got anything can be used anywhere or understands machines better than people.
Let's see both
with
applying
getting
to the
device.
situation.
Yeah.
All right, so
Right.
yeah, you can reroll as many as you want.
I will roll 2. Control. Wish I could use daring for this thing. 2. Yeah. Hey.
There you go. 3
Oh.
successes, meaning you get a momentum back. All right,
Roll
so
your challenge die.
yep, roll your challenge dice. Let's see if you get any momentum. I believe. I didn't believe hard enough. I'm sorry. That's another story. All right, so it's a Type 2 phaser, meaning it does 3 challenge dice plus your security, so it's 4 challenge dice. Now, before you make the roll, do you wish it to be area, meaning it affects a wider area? Do you want it to be spread, meaning that every effect you roll is an additional hit? Do you want it to be vicious, meaning every effect is another point of damage? Or do you want piercing, where every effect is an additional point of resistance off?
That's a good question. Would this person have like protection from phasers?
Well,
this-
they're not wearing an EV
second-
suit, so you're not sure. But what I would
Yeah.
tell you is that Cole is technically a cornet, and cornet tend to have energy weapon resistance.
All right, I'll use the last one.
Okay, so every effect you roll is going to take off 1 resistance here.
So I get 4.
Yes, you get 4 challenge dice. All right.
Hey, 1 effect.
Now, you have a momentum right now, which means you could spend it to re-roll as many of those as you wished if you wanted to. Because right now you're doing 2 damage to her.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to take this person down. So yeah, I'll do 2 more rolls.
Okay, so
Take a
go
rate of
ahead and
momentum.
re-roll those 2 challenge dice and let's see what you get.
Another effect.
So another effect, which means the resistance is completely gone at this point, meaning you do the full 4 damage. So mostly so I can have the logistics in my head correctly, are you going to be coming up from under the table and firing? Are you literally going to be poking the phaser out and pulling the trigger? Or are you just going to kind of like shoot at her leg kind of a thing?
Probably come out a bit and try fire.
Okay. So, for a bit of flair here, if you'll indulge me, you roll out from behind the desk, you level your phaser, you squeeze off a shot. It hits Cole in the shoulder, and she kind of winces and looks down at it and goes, "What the hell, Thriller? We're on the same side."
Are we? Section 33?
Yeah, someone had to go around cleaning up Section 31's bullshit. Just got my uniform redone. Do you know what it's going to take to get that?
Just send a order for requisitions. We'll handle it. What the
Look,
hell?
when I hear about Section 31 and then hear about something that's two numbers higher, I get worried. I need to this. Okay.
And it's at this point that Bull realizes the radio's been going and goes, "Oh, well, that's a problem." So, long story short, we weren't sent here to recover the adamant. We were sent here to make sure the field was either maintained or that the adamant was lost with all hands, if you catch my drift. I was
why
going
did
to
we-
tell you, but you guys did kind of run off on the zip line before I could tell you. So
You had the entire shuttle trip to tell us this.
yeah, if we were in range of the ship. You could have radioed back at any point, but I guess now the jig is up. So yeah, I'm totally getting reassigned. Wait, if you're here, Solaris, and you're here, Thriller, where's Keela? We
Shuttle
cut to
bay.
Keela. Keela, you were headed to the shuttle bay, were you not?
Yeah.
All right. Doors open. You poke your head inside. You see about 20 people. All seem to be perfectly fine condition. There are varying uniform colors. You see sciences blue, medical whites, command reds, tactical and engineering yellows and golds. And they seem to be more or less kind of tearing apart a shuttle for reasons that you don't quite understand. But you also see that some of them are applying what appears to be almost like a spray aerosol film over some of the components that then produces the same ooze that you noticed in the science lab earlier.
Okay, that stuff is really gross, by the way. She just kind of like hands on her hips, like, what are you doing? That's really gross. That's not
So-
sanitary.
All of them stop in unison and turn to look at you. It's one of those things like in a horror movie, if you kind of walk into the den of wolves and all the wolves look at you at once. They all look at you. And then one of the command red says, "Kill her." And
She books it.
Yeah. My question is, where are you booking it? It's a very important decision.
Well, she wouldn't have stepped into the room yet, so she's still in the hall.
Correct.
So she's actually not gonna go back the way she came, because
Okay.
obviously these people are not good, so she doesn't want to bring them to the other one. So she'll go the other way
Okay.
and try and find like maybe a Jeffrey's tube or like something to hide.
All right. Yeah, that can happen. So go ahead and give me a, let's call this a daring and a con. Difficulty of 3. And you would have escape and avoidance as a focus.
Daring con.
And you do have momentum you may wish to spend here.
Oh, we have momentum? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
All right. That's 2 successes. You needed 3. Tell you what, I'll let this succeed, but there'll be a complication.
Okay.
All right. So you find a Jeffrey's tube, and in classic, again, horror fashion, you get into the Jeffrey's tube just at the right moment that your pursuers run past you, unaware. But as you finally take a deep breath and look further into the Jeffrey's tube, you can probably guess what's there already. It's not a coffee cup. It's another one of those blob creatures.
So Keela is going to. There's no debris around, I'm assuming.
Unfortunately, not that would be of use to you. Unless you consider like a wet napkin useful, in which case, go for it, I guess.
She's gonna follow it up and whack it. She'll be like, "Hey!" I don't know if it gets there, but she's just gonna yell at it. And then she's gonna crawl back out the Jeffrey's tube, trying to get it to follow her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, if there's any debris, she'll chuck it down to where they were running off to, and make the sound go that way so it would follow it, and then she'll run the other way.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Basically getting the creature to go one way and they'll chase after that and you go the other way. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell you what, roll me a challenge dice here. If you roll an effect, the creature chases after you. A 0 or a 1 or a 2 happens the way you want. All right, happens the way you want. Use the creature as a distraction. You hear the pursuers going after the creature. Where are you going at this moment? Are you going to be rejoining the others?
Yes. There's no one actively pursuing me, correct?
At the moment, correct.
Yeah, she's gonna go back.
Okay. So at this point, Cole has said, "Where's Ensign Keela?" Oh hell, she's probably down at. Okay, we'll have to hope she gets out of there alive. But no, give the grand scheme of things. I mean, it should be no surprise. I mean, have you seen the people who are on the Phoenix? Everybody on the Phoenix is Section 33. Everyone. Except you three.
Why?
Us.
If it was a Section 33 ship, why is the 3 engineers on board the ship who go out and do these things not Section 33?
And why do they keep getting replaced so fast? Are they getting
Because they
reassigned?
keep failing their, I guess you would call it, test. You guys keep passing your tests. In fact, if this mission went well, we were going to kind of induct you if you wanted to be. I mean, you still can, I guess, if you want, but long story short, and you probably have gotten this vibe already, our job's to go around fixing messes, fixing problems. It just so happens that we have special tabs on S31.
Can't wait to update the database.
Yeah, about that. We're going to have to scrub the comm logs for this one so that when we make the report back to Starfleet, it doesn't get out who we are. Though...
Do we get the sense she's telling the truth?
Roll me an insight and a con, please. Difficulty of 1. And if you have
Keela
people
make
reading...
it back or not yet?
I think, Keela, you're going to arrive in about a minute.
Okay.
I'm using a focus of observation again.
Would definitely apply, yeah. Oh, there you go. There's 4 successes, so you actually get 3 momentum back. Yeah, she's telling the truth. I mean, she's a little bit annoyed that it came out this way, but yeah, she's telling the truth.
Okay, I'm going to pick the radio up. Is this true, Captain? Over.
We wait a
Now turn
minute.
the radio off.
Yeah, you wait a minute, and as soon as Keela walks into the room, that's when the captain comes back and says, "Oh yes, it is true, just like my French accent is all over the place. We are also Section 33.
So Keela, when she would have arrived, she would have been like running, and then she'll kind of like slide, but then like she'll hang onto the door and she'll kind of keep sliding a little bit. And she'll be like, guys, they're
Section
wait,
31.
what? Section 33?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have no idea either. We'll find out more hopefully. But this ship is Section 31, the lesser 30.
And you knew this, Cole?
Surprise?
Keela's feeling a little bit betrayed because like her and Cole developed like a close relationship, right? Buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna like stomp on over and just shove Cole. Be like, why did you tell me?
I was going to after this mission.
She's been shot. Careful.
Yeah, so you actually hit her shoulder. Goes, okay, all right, yeah, don't hit that shoulder, please.
She's gonna hit it again.
Buddies.
She's gonna hit it again.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I deserve it for not telling you the truth. I get it. Ow, stop it.
You know
We
how
entered
long
a
I
ship
sat
full
with
of-
you in those Jeffrey's tubes?
A long time. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we need to get out of here.
Yeah. Is there anything
Yeah, but-
like you made us enter a ship full of known people who will kill us if we got spotted, and our job was to find them.
Again,
You
it
see
was
the
meant
situation here.
It was meant to be a test of your acumen and ability to think on your feet.
You think
Right.
we've done okay finding out that they're Section 31 and you're Section 33?
I admit things could have been worded better.
You could have at least said that there might be something on here that would make it so they're hostile to us, so at least we can at least be a little prepared.
Well, if it's
Feel
any
like we're
consolation,
through.
I didn't know the specific. None of us knew the specific 31 project. Kind of stares at Johnson. If you're here, that means they're doing the whole morphogenic thing, which means that the bioweapon. Okay, yeah, I know what's here now.
It's in the lab.
There's another one.
Another one, what?
Yeah. It's I sent it after them because they were gonna kill me, and then I found it, and then they continued down the hall and they missed me, right? Because I went into the Jeffries tube, right? But then they kept running down the hall, and then I found this like napkin, but then I saw the thing. Actually, no, I saw the thing before the
Okay,
napkin.
how many crew are left?
I don't know. It went after them. I have no idea. I went the other way.
These creatures were crew.
Not anymore.
Okay, Mr. 31. Section 31. Well, 3. What do you think? What's the orders? What do you do to the ship? Why did we come down here? What do we got to do? What do you want us to do? And we'll see if we want to do it.
So Cole, kind of again rubbing that wound where she was shot, says, I mean, if you let that thing out of the science lab, it's probably going to go after the people that wronged it. So my guess is that we can kind of let this thing be consumed by lava and mission accomplished. And she kind of spits at Johnson. Why couldn't you have been like photon torpedo research or some bullshit? That way these people didn't have to get so involved. And Johnson just kind of stares at her and doesn't say anything.
I'm not happy. Even though that's a Section 31 and deserve to be punished in some way, I do not think death is the thing.
Well, that's the decision you're going to have to make. I'm not going to order you to do it, and I don't think the captain is either. It's going to have to be a decision you make.
I don't understand. We're engineers.
And
How do
ensigns
we-
at that.
Yes. And we're
I didn't
Starfleet.
Look, if I wanted to have authority over someone's life, I would have gone into medical.
Technically, we build the ships. We're technically in charge of everyone's life.
No. I'm in charge of that piece of metal, and that's it.
So out of character so that we're all on the same page here. Basically, Cole is implying that you have a choice of either you all handling it, and you can, of course, yell at her and the captain and the rest of the command crew, and maybe you become Section 33. Again, that's your decision. I'm not going to make it for you. Or you kind of say, no, I'm not interested. You go back to the shuttle, you let Cole and the rest of the crew handle it, and then you're quietly transferred to someone else as a group, but you're sworn to secrecy, as in you can't talk about Section 33 again. So it's kind of, I wanted to do that out of character because I wanted it to be very clear.
Mm-hmm.
This is the option you have in front of you right now.
Whoa.
So either we deal with it and join Section 31, or we don't and we leave.
Section 33, but yes.
3, and we
33,
transfer to
yes.
another ship. Whoa.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's good. It's a good way to start the season off, I think.
I mean, I would like to join Section 33, but I don't know how that would work to get Keela because she has no interest in making this decision.
Mm-hmm.
I will helpfully stop the science and stuff behind here, but I will not sacrifice people's lives for it.
Okay.
Is there a way we can just send them to jail?
That's not going to stop Section 31. We need some.
Yeah, but then we would have done our due diligence.
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
I know it's a hard decision. I know.
Yeah. Because I'm like out of character. I'd be interested in seeing what this 33 does and if it actually
Me
is a good
too.
thing.
Yeah.
But at the moment, the character is worried that they're just another Section 31, just dealing with Section 31.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're willing to let us do this now, what would they have us do later? It could potentially be a lot worse.
Hmm.
And they're
if it
wanting
would
us to
help.
like kill them all?
Well, if
What
it
That's
is
would
not
help.
solving
necessarily
the
the
problem?
solution.
Right.
Killing's not necessarily the problem solution, I don't think. Is that true?
What
Like-
I would say is that there's two things I would point out to here that might help you. Solaris, you rolled so well in your Insight Con that you know that Cole is on the level. You know she's told you all the truth once you've confronted her about it. So you can take what she says at face value.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the quote-unquote solution to dealing with this ship, that's something that's a gray area. As in, it's not... How to put this? It's like giving someone a knife and saying, don't stab that guy, and then you walk away. They don't have to stab the guy, but chances are they probably will if circumstances are, for such a thing. So it's kind of one of those, do you want to be the guy that pushes the button, or do you want to be the guy that walks away from the button?
We were assigned this task. I think we should see it through.
Is it slowly sinking into the lava?
That's a good
Yes.
question.
Yes, that's the other thing, is that...
Because we could just walk away and let nature take its course.
Yes, but
But let all
I
these
would-
people die with it, or are we taking them with us?
I don't know. Oh, we could take them back. How do we know how many of them are alive? It was like 20 or something, wasn't it?
20-something, yeah.
Oh,
Multiple
yeah,
trips.
we can't hand.
and they're
Let-
hostiles.
Yeah.
We can't secure them all, can we?
And then are we going to take the blobs too? Since like they're
That
they're previously clue.
I don't know if they're sentient anymore.
That's what I was thinking.
all right. Okay. Cole,
Yes.
I don't want to kill people.
You
I'll
don't
help
have
solve
to.
the problem. I know. Do you have any ideas of how to get a hostile crew off the ship, and possibly even the creatures, so we can possibly help them, and then remove all the information about this research? Ship goes down with most of the research, but we rescue as many people as we can.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to disable the energy field in order to do that.
All right. As
And we
Section 33, do you have that information, or do we have to still find it out?
We'd
As
have to
Section
find
31, does this guy have the information?
it. Yeah, Johnson
Hey,
says,
tied up
"Don't look
guy."
at me. I don't fucking know."
All right. Was it here before you guys landed? Is this actually the problem that caused you to crash?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're gonna disable the thing, teleport these guys up, try to rescue the creatures, and turn them back, and remove all the information, destroy the ship. But I do not want to have a death on us.
I agree.
That is not us. And if we
Yeah,
join
I just
Section
do
33,
machines.
we're gonna make sure it's not Section 33 as well.
31.
Well, at least for our ship.
So Cole actually
something I'll
kind
think
of
about for
pats Thriller on the shoulder and says, "Well done. You've passed the test again. If you'd killed them outright, you would have been kicked off the ship. But you once again seek a more non-violent solution. This is why we like you so much on the Phoenix. You guys come up with the best ideas that don't usually mean people get hurt. It's why you were kind of pushed towards this moment."
Very drastic push, in my opinion.
Well, would you
We have a
rather
lot
of
to
us
talk
did it
about.
slower?
It's a good way to grow.
Yeah.
I'm still not happy about it, though.
Well,
Oh,
me
of
neither.
course. I mean,
All right. Let's do what needs to get done. We're running out
All
of
right.
time.
I can't even bother learning your name, Mr.
Johnson.
31. I'm not even going to bother. He's now 31 to me. All right. Is there a way, actually, the scans on the ship, how are these scans more advanced than, say, our ship, or is our
Yes,
ship because it's 33?
significantly so, yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to get the scans to see if they got any information of where like this field would have been before they crashed. And I'm pretty sure that the storage device would survive and I'd be able to transfer it to this ancient tech. Is that a possibility?
You spend 2 momentum to make that advantage. I'll say that what you're looking for can be found even through the sickbay computers.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to do that. I'll spend that.
All right. So it's actually very interesting, Thriller, when you look via your ancient USB, quote unquote, at the data. There's another volcano in this volcano chain. There's it's almost like the Ring of Fire here on Earth, where there's just a bunch of volcanoes, one right after another. About 50 kilometers from this one, the one that you're currently crashed at, there's another volcano, and apparently the signal's coming from deep within it. Now, you again don't know why it's generating this field or what it is, but based on the angle and based on the location, you think a single photon torpedo might disable it.
Cool.
At the risk of setting off the rest of the volcanoes, of course.
So move everyone off. Send a torpedo.
Well,
Oh, no,
can't
wait,
move
hang
anyone.
on.
do the other way
We'll have to
around.
wait
Yes.
We're gonna send once this torpedo is hit, and
That's
if it
right.
works, then we can
stay out.
get everyone out. If not, then we're going to have to figure out another solution quickly.
Hey, I'm here for it. Let's go.
All right.
So what I would tell you is that getting a photon bombardment from the captain, you just have to turn on your radio. You don't actually have to travel to location.
All right. I'll explain to the captain, saying this is the idea.
Mm-hmm.
We need a torpedo that will still work when it hits the field. So that's pretty much that's pretty simple, I'm hoping. Yeah, it should be. If that fails, we'll come up with a solution as quickly as possible, but we'll see what happens.
Very good. Commander Baker, what is it you think of this plan? Oh, I kind of like it. It's an innovative plan, and it tries to save as many people as possible. I told you they'd be good recruits. Yes, I can tell we will have very many conversations about this. But, incoming photon torpedo. And radio cuts off. And
Just make sure that the teleporters are ready to go as soon as it hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we probably should have rounded up people.
yeah.
We don't have a chance. Actually,
They want to kill us though. So
so we can use that to have. If we give them ask for a little bit of time, we can do that to advantage to round them up.
Hey, could
Basically.
we use the computer here to kind of herd them back, like closing doors, like a
Yeah.
maze, and
You
get them
spent
back
the
to
2
the train?
momentum. Yeah, that can happen.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
like that.
All right. So the only roll I'm going to require to do your plan is I'm going to need a daring and engineering difficulty of 2. And if you succeed, you herd them into a very convenient place where they all can be beamed up into the brig very quickly.
Okay. That's my best stat.
Okay,
But is anyone else good with that?
if you want to do it.
Okay.
Do you have a focus with that?
What would be a good focus for that? Computers.
Computers would be a good focus.
Yes, I got that focus.
Got transporters.
Transporters
got
would
that
be
as
another
well.
good focus. Why don't you assist then, Solaris? Why don't you assist with your own
Okay.
daring engineering?
And can I have another dice? 'Cause-
You do have 1 momentum remaining, yes.
Yeah. I'll use that.
And we get
All right.
This is it.
And a focus. Hey!
There's your 3 you need. There's a
Hey!
5 total. Very, very nice. You get
Hey!
3 momentum back. Very
and
nice.
roll your challenge die.
Yes!
And you get okay. You are capped on momentum. Actually, let me put it this way: you have enough momentum now that you can make 3 narrative declarations.
Okay.
So, what 3 narrative declarations do you want? Because technically, we're at the end of the episode. We're at the very end, and I want you to use this momentum. And I'm actually going to refund that one that just came in on chat. But what 3 things about this situation, or what 3 things about the people that are currently on the ship. You know, how do you want to affect the situation? Imagine you're the GM for a moment. You have control over the story. Within reason. You can't say that Q shows up and makes everything happen. But what three things do you guys want to happen? And I want each of you to give me one thing. Hey everyone, ELH here. Unfortunately, this video got cut a little short due to a technical issue with my graphics card, so I wanted to let you all know that we're going to be handling the 3 things next video, next Saturday, but you didn't miss much other than that. Again, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.